Hello, everybody. Welcome to our webinar for this month, September. I want to talk about the quality of Noni by New Age's products and what that means to you as a consumer. So the bitterness of poor quality is remembered long after the sweetness of low price has faded from memory. That was said by Aldo Gucci. So last August, I had the opportunity to visit an old friend from Atlanta who had recently taken a position as president of a company who produced nutritional products. They sold their products primarily to other companies who in turn marketed them on the internet. Anyone who uses a computer or smart device is probably familiar with these products because you've probably seen the pop-up ads. They're everywhere, and they make all kinds of claims. The company's strategy is pretty interesting. They listen to Dr. Oz. For those of you who may not know who he is, he's a celebrity doctor who regularly appears on television in the United States. So as soon as this doctor mentions something new on the show, this company will rush out, buy the materials, and produce products and waiting for labels. At the same time, they'll have their salespeople call their clients to persuade them to place large orders to be sold on the internet. That, to me, sounds like a great plan, right? But listen to this. My friend told me that he wasn't sure how long he could stay with the company because he learned of a dishonest practice that he called sprinkling. Now, sprinkling, as you might guess, is about mixing only a small amount of the featured ingredient, which is usually very expensive, into a batch of generic powder. They sprinkle just enough to put it on the label, and of course this is done to cut costs. They would then attach their client's label to the bottles, which were designed and intended to mislead the end consumers as to the amount of the ingredient in the product. This was a practice instituted by the owner of the company, and in many instances, they were requested by the clients for a better profit margin. So my friend was unable to convince his owner to stop doing this, and so he quit a few days after his visit. But this conversation stuck with me. I found myself thinking about consumers, any innocent man or woman looking for a supplement with a specific ingredient. And I thought about how disappointed that person would be to learn that the product they bought, it's not all it's cracked up to be. So how can you ensure the quality of the products you buy or represent? I must admit, after I talked with my friend, it's given me pause on several occasions, and I've become a little bit less trusting. But unless you have a lot of money and time to do your own testing, you need to be able to trust who you buy from. So today I want to talk a little bit about Noni by New Age's manufacturing and quality. So quality is never an accident. It is always the result of intelligent effort. So our story starts in Tahiti with the best quality noni fruit in the world. We use independent harvesters who are audited for their compliance to our standards. We use special bins that are designed to protect the fruit from animals and insects while it goes through the aging process. Harvesters are taught to leave fallen fruit on the ground, and then they're given strict guidelines concerning what stage of maturity we want the fruit to be picked. Harvesters are taught to handle the fruit with cleanliness and good sanitation practices. And they know that we check the barrels and we can trace each barrel back to the harvester who filled it. Our barrels are equipped with food-grade liners to protect the fruit with cleanliness and good sanitation practices. And they know that we check these barrels and they don't want to go against our standards on these fruit. And so all of this is based on the effect of getting you the best quality product that is possible. This is Scott Tuitopu, who oversees our entire Tahiti operation. and runs our state-of-the-art processing plant on the island of Tahiti, where each barrel of fruit is weighed and inspected. It's then put through a special machine designed to remove seeds and any other foreign material. And we keep careful records of the time, temperature, pH levels while the noni fruit is transformed in puree and packed into large totes for shipment. Samples of each lot are sent to a lab in Tahiti where microbiological testing is done to ensure that this puree meets our standards. And once the clearance is given, it can be shipped to one of 4 plants to be processed into our legacy product or as ingredients in other products. And these are some of the great people that are part of what we do. So most of you know that we have a manufacturing plant at American Fork, but we also have one in China. And that was a key step in complying with the requirements to obtain a direct selling license. So we are able to keep up with the current demand and have the ability to expand with our one location in China. Now, let me tell you a little bit about Noni by New Age's quality control procedures. Now remember, these procedures are the same for all 4 of our manufacturing plants that produce our products. And this is just a really short summary of something that we take very seriously. So first off, you need to know that Mirinda's Noni by New Age's products are manufactured according to FDA regulations. And FDA is the Food and Drug Administration. So the Food and Drug Administration requires Noni by New Age to follow a specific set of rules known as good manufacturing processes. These processes are set forth procedures for sanitation, safety, and quality, both for facilities and as well as the processes. These regulations ensure that our manufacturing plant is maintained in a clean and sanitary condition. Personnel are trained in things such as appropriate protective clothing, hygienic practices, and product handling. Written standard operating procedures are also maintained for all mandated quality and manufacturing processes. And prior to production, all of the raw ingredients are sampled and tested for identification, microbial contamination, and conformance with physical parameters. Raw ingredients may not be used in production until they have passed the strict testing. Inspection and sampling both take place in a clean room environment. And then these samples are submitted to the laboratory for testing. And when these tests come in and when we pass, a certificate of analysis is generated, and then the raw material can be used in production. All components and labels must also be inspected and released before they can be used in production. So Noni by New Age is also subject to the FDA's juice-specific regulations. These regulations ensure that juices will not become contaminated during critical points of production. And these critical points are monitored to ensure a safe and quality product. So some of these control points include monitoring the rinse pressure of the bottle washer, the time and temperature of pasteurization, the blending pH, and the inline screens. During filling and labeling, quality control personnel perform line checks every hour on a long list of issues like lot coding, fill level, cleanliness, labeling. The product must conform to all of these standards or it cannot be released. Each batch that we make is documented with a batch record, which is created from a master formula. All quality processes and monitoring are recorded on the batch record, and these must be reviewed by quality control before the product can be released. Samples are pulled from the beginning, middle, and end of each batch, and these are submitted to the laboratory. Each batch is once again tested for contamination, heavy metals, physical parameters, etc. And a certificate of analysis is generated showing the lab results as compared to the specifications. So this documentation must be reviewed by quality control before the finished product can be shipped to customers. Finally, after all of these checks are done, then only and then can you and I drink our Tahitian Noni or Max or use any of our other products. And we can do it with complete confidence of knowing that this is a great quality product that we can trust. Noni by New Age is regularly audited by both the state of Utah and federal authorities and their counterparts in other countries. We don't make appointments and we never know when they'll come, which means we need to be ready at all times to show them how clean, orderly, and compliant our facilities are. So this is a quote from one of the FDA auditors. We always come to Noni by New Age first because we use you as the standard for everyone else. And we have a very good relationship with the FDA because for Noni by New Age, quality will always come first before anything else. In fact, in all the years we've been open and have inspection by the Utah State Department of Agricultural and Food, state auditors have never once found a reason to cite us. It is the quality of work which will please God and not the quantity, said Mahatma Gandhi. So now a word about our manufacturing. Manufacturing is actually the first line of defense when it comes to building quality products. And I suppose our research and development would be considered the first line of defense. You should know that they've been going through a metamorphosis over the past couple of years. They've been on a quest to make the processes even better than they already were. They've been engaged in a relentless pursuit of operational excellence. And they've been doing this by creating a culture of teamwork and accountability. They've been operating with less waste, less defects, and less delay. And in also creating a whole legion of problem solvers. And all of this is to help speed up the delivery and create a safe work environment while also reducing waste, costs, and other inefficient parts of the process. And by doing this, we allow people to be a part of the solution. And the result is that we become more efficient, more productive, and less wasteful than any time in our company's history. So what does this mean for you? Well, it means that we have the ability to work smarter and bring to you new and exciting products, strategies, and systems so that you can build your business and experience success. So in closing, I just want to recognize that we have been working tirelessly from the very beginning to make sure that you always have a quality product that you can be proud of and know that it is uncompromised and has the utmost care and inspection, and that at the end of the day, when you buy and use these products, that you can proudly say that these are from Noni by New Age, and that Noni by New Age has a commitment to quality. You will know that we will never compromise on our quality. And for that, it's something that I'm very proud of, being a part of this company and with this commitment to quality that we have. And so that was a little peek into some of the processes that go into producing Tahitian Noni Max, and other products. And those of you who sell our products or consume our products can always have the confidence that it's done with the utmost quality and the utmost care, and with the distributor and IPC in mind who goes out to sell the products. So I thank you for joining me today to talk about this amazing and great subject about quality. And we'll see you again next time. Thank you.